7:01. This meeting is being recorded. Today, our first recording session. Why don't we, I think you both know the board members, Peter and Julian, you know all of us, so we don't have to introduce ourselves, okay? We won't do that then. So I guess we'll entertain a motion to open a public hearing for Mr. Wiseman first. The notice of intent. I'll read it. We will hold a public hearing pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, the Wetlands Protection Act, for a request for determination filed by, I'm sorry, yeah. Start here again. For a notice of intent filed by Peter Wiseman for a ground mount solar array to be installed in the footprint of an existing concrete slab foundation at 35 Hillville Road, Hubbardston, Mass. Do you have any information for us or new information to impart?
No, beyond having the updated plan that we're hoping will be satisfactory in terms of managing any kind of silt runoff, I think is what the concern is. We're just ready to proceed, so we're trying to figure out if we can move beyond this step.
Have we seen the plan, or do you have the plan available?
I have the prospective building permit, but I also have submitted the various schematics that the contractor has drawn up. Do you want copies?
Yeah, I'm not sure we saw that.
And it also includes the DCR letter that they came out and did their site visit. Yeah.
Okay.
I had 5 copies of the last one, and now I only have 1, so I apologize. And the building permit has all those images in color, if you'd like to check that one out.
So you didn't, okay, but there's a old concrete foundation here.
I guess it was a chicken coop.
Yeah, after going this direction, it drops off, and you're basically in a wetlands. And then they're gonna punch through or do what they have to do to put some.
4 cement pilings, essentially.
Through this and not basically disturb anything else.
Okay.
You're not going to do any more with that concrete, you're just gonna leave that pad as it is,
Correct.
which is, in my estimation, kind of sad. It's too bad.
It's sad, but I don't
Yeah.
see how we can destroy it and build something new without
Yeah.
causing more.
It will be any
disturbance.
better either. Won't necessarily be any better than it was there anyway.
Right, I think the only concern is making sure it's for our purpose is keeping things cool for the solar panels, but the way it is now is better than anybody's rooftop, so it's an ideal situation for us. We just wanna make sure we're not disturbing the wetlands.
Actually, it would have been better to have earth under there than, from a solar standpoint, than
Right.
to have that concrete. Concrete generates heat, reflects, and so on and so forth. That's not important. Anybody want to see it in color?
So we discussed straw wattle for the silt barrier, but if there's a material that you prefer us to use, we can use whatever you guys suggest.
It's all pretty level ground there. It's not like it's downhill to the brook. I think the straw waters should be fine.
Yeah.
And just so that everybody knows, as far as the advisory ruling, the Watershed Protection Act, they said this project is not prohibited and is exempt from the provisions of the act. So, as far as DCR is concerned, you're fine with that.
That's because nothing is being disturbed as far as the general location. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
So the board, you're all set with any questions, comments? And there's no public to ask for comments, so I entertain a motion to close the hearing.
Do any special
Second
conditions
motion.
at all for this, for the order conditions, which I'm gonna put through now?
Well, we can talk about that.
Oh,
Sure,
okay.
we'll talk about it.
I think the only conditions probably would be the silt barrier and you have it, the walls, so I don't think there's any more than that needed.
No.
As shown on the plan.
Yeah, that's shown on the plan.
So do we have a motion?
Tony made a second.
All right,
Do you have your cards?
all in favor?
Can I ask, oh,
All in favor?
can I ask who's recording
Yes.
and why?
Yeah, sorry, this is the public access channel,
Okay.
just to put on the cable, like, and I can't say philosophically why there's more boards being,
Okay,
They just wanna start being more proactive of recording boards and.
okay, I was just curious,
stuff.
that's all.
they've,
Okay.
they've been doing the planning board and some others, and apparently it's very popular.
Did you, can I just ask, and not, I'm not being smart, but did you get my email saying that they were gonna be here?
No, because I didn't look, probably.
Oh, okay. Just because we just had another incident where
I did not look.
somebody
at
may
my-
not have gotten an email, so I just wanted to make sure.
No, I did not
That's
look
okay,
at my
okay.
email today,
No,
so
that's fine.
that would be my.
casting for a Hollywood movie. They want you.
You know, I figured that. I didn't want to be presumptuous.
Okay, so we're,
So in terms of moving forward with this project, are we set to apply for the building permit, or are we waiting, what are we waiting? Okay, wonderful. Is there any way you guys can sign your portion tonight before the tax collector signs off, or do we need to see the tax collector first and then come back to you?
You've done your notice of intent and
Right,
yep,
that's what, yeah.
I have the order of conditions here.
no neighbors were evidently
I
not.
had one neighbor who is concerned about maybe reflective nature of the panels, but the angle that they're gonna be set at is not, and they're not meant to reflect too
Yeah.
much sunlight, they absorb it, so. I think I made it clear that that was fine, and the contractor sent a message to him as well.
Okay,
So everybody.
he's not here tonight to.
Right, they're not at the
Right,
public hearing,
right,
so.
yeah, and
Which
everybody
has
else
nothing to
is-
do with conservation, but,
Okay,
so we, no matter what we felt about that, we
doesn't matter.
So,
Is that something we would like to do at the end of the meeting, or can I hand it over now?
I don't see why we can't sign it, right?
I don't see why we can't do that.
We're
I'll
all
let
about
you go home and have a good evening.
Yeah, I know, my wife's got 2 kids right now, it's gonna be
Well, maybe you want to say.
exciting, yeah, I don't know. It won't end till.
Where do we want my signature here? Just,
So Conservation Commission is the second, and then I've gotta do tax collector. and
tax collector,
everybody
conservation
else.
commission.
Who signs that? Can anyone sign it? The board? Yes.
I believe so, because I signed for the board of health.
Would you like to sign it?
No, you can sign it. You're the senior member.
So you have to say that on camera, right?
And in terms of paying for the fees that are due to you, how would you like to handle that? Do you have, I received an invoice for the first news
Mm-hmm.
round, but not the
Do you want
second.
to pay them now,
I have a check.
or are you gonna be back tomorrow?
I'm
Jeff?
sure I'll be back tomorrow.
We can handle it tomorrow if you'd
Okay,
like.
okay, great, yeah, that'll give us time to make sure it's all squared.
Yeah.
Thank you.
we don't give away our pen.
So is there any other step that I
That
need
wasn't
to
it.
be doing with you guys
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point?
See, we can see this
Not that
on
I'm aware
camera
of.
when you take it by stuff.
So it's on to
Give
the
you
building
approval.
permit and then moving forward.
Right,
Okay,
yeah, you've done enough.
okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping the government plan for residential is not ending at least 60 days from now, but still, the sooner we get it in, the better. So, thank you guys.
Up
You're
to
welcome.
92.
I can't wait to see how it works,
92,
right?
yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you, yeah, I'm excited.
I have a question.
Yes.
Were you able to finance the entire ground-mounted project?
Yeah,
Okay. Because.
but we've had it financed for 3 months now. We didn't realize what a process this would be, so we've had a loan out for,
Okay, the only reason.
we're not financing through him, we're financing through
Okay.
the bank. Yeah.
Okay.
He's brand new, he's only been doing it for about a year on his own, so.
Because I was interested in this and I've had several contractors come and everyone has said, well, we can't get the whole thing financed.
Right.
So,
Yeah, we did it through our own personal bank.
okay,
But he has good, I mean, he was able to offer us a really good deal.
okay, I can't wait to see how it all goes,
Yeah. Thank you.
being a neighbor.
Yeah. All right, great.
Okay.
Thanks, Peter.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good
Tomorrow.
night, guys.
Thank you for your patience, Julian.
No problem.
We'd like to, open the public hearing for New England Environmental. This is for hearing pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40 of the Wetlands Protection Act for request for determination filed by New England Environmental Design LLC for the delineation of wetlands at 95 Williamsville Road, Hubbardston, Mass. All right. Do you want to just bring us back up to speed, or let us know what's happening?
Here is first and most important, the check.
Thank you.
Indeed. That should be done at this point. Alright. Did I grab the plan of the delineation? Do you have the actual plan that I submitted?
I have a right here.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, please.
I can give you the whole packet here, as long as I get it back.
There's the plan of the property. Now in June, this is where we walked, right as the existing house, and we walked up the trail that went along the side here, and we came down across, through, and we walked down this way, and we came back up and walked up through. We kinda went diagonal like this, and we met Tony over here. We've got all the flags are in the field, and I've got the data sheets on how we came up with hydric, not hydric, upland vegetation, not upland vegetation for the delineation to meet all the standards we need. So that's what we're asking the board that after your site walk, that you agree with this delineation, so I can go to the next step, which is right here.
Yeah,
We did agree on what we saw,
Yeah.
what
It
the
was-
plans read.
pretty well defined.
Yeah. I have no further questions, or, looks good to me.
Tom, you.
So I make a motion that, we accept these plans and we move forward.
Okay, I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright, fold that out. Sits this time, I've come up with a notice of intent for this same project. So we're here, this out of the way. because we will be working near the wetland and in the, some spots in the 100-foot buffer. We're not proposing any alteration of any of the wetlands whatsoever. We try to stay as far away as we could. This plan is going to be used also for the planning board to go through their site plan approval, so. I'm gonna go through the sheets, but then I got it all on one piece of paper, so it might be easier to see. Because we have to do it at a certain scale, one is with a 40. So here's where the house is. Here's the existing condition, here's the wetlands that you saw. It's just a bigger scale drawing, is all this
Can I just
is.
interrupt for 1 second? This is the notice of intent that
This
you
is the
wrote
notice of
now?
intent, I'm gonna-
Okay, I did not publish that, so you
Nope.
know, okay. so
I'm just gonna
review
run it through and then we'll,
okay.
just to give them an idea and then we'll
Yep.
have the hearing.
Okay.
So then, we go, this is the plan that we just looked at. So this is the soils plan showing the different types of soils under USDA conditions. And we got the solar arrays coming in. What is that? We got stormwater management we have to deal with, because you got some runoff coming off, so we gotta catch it, make sure that we're treating it and managing it in a recommended way of stormwater methods. And this is the back end,
So the,
and then here's some details. Now let me open up this and just, it'll be a lot easier to see. 'Cause it's all on this paper. So, here's the house. Here is the solar arrays. This black line is the 100-foot buffer. So we're almost able to keep almost all the arrays out of 100 foot. So I try to keep it as far away from that as we can. But we have some drainage, because we got a slope going like so, so we got a swale we're gonna put in to catch the drainage, bring it to a detention pond, and that's what this book is all about. This is the whole drainage hydrology of this that's required.
Why would we not put a few less panels in and stay out of the 100-foot buffer?
Just because of cost constraints. Every panel's got a value and we've done so much to try to keep as far out as we could. It's just the way that they line up. I'd like to go with that.
Well, understanding that it's so many panels to make up
Right, the
how they
mega,
generate, I think 11 panels or
right.
something tie in and, but
So
I just question as to why we would allow to go into the 100-foot buffer rather than them shot themselves a few panels.
Because if I did that, I wouldn't even have to come see you, Tony. If we stayed out of the 100-foot buffer.
Well,
So-
if I don't ask those questions, I'm not doing my job.
That's true. Well, that's the reason why I've got is that we've tried to keep it as far out as we can, but we have to, under the law, do stormwater management, and the only way to do stormwater management is to capture the water and bring it to places, and we've kept that as far out as we can, because we gotta also deal with gravity. This is coming downhill here, this is coming downhill here, this is the lowest point of the site, so I can't have a detention pond here. So that's why I had to get it down in the low spots, so. But that's all, I'll have answers for you when we do the hearing. Those are just the details of. So here are two sets of plans. This is one, here's another. Here's two notices and a fee. And a fund reading materials drainage analysis. It's basically done the same way. The drainage is being handled almost identically like I did at the Country Hen, which we were very, very fortunate on having zero issues. think mainly to the.
Even though we had 18 inches of water in the last month.
It's unbelievable. It really is.
It's unbelievable.
I've got a lot of sites that aren't as lucky. But what are you gonna do? I mean, you just gotta deal with it. So, we've,
Do you know how many inches of rain we got this month, or last month? Any,
It's gotta
I
be up.
saw that we had supposedly, 7 inches and the average was 3.5 a month, but in reality, just a week or so ago, Templeton got 6 inches of rain. And maybe, we were like getting tons of rain that day too, so I think
sitting
we're on
right
part of
there,
that,
this
so.
planning board requires a
6.5
site
is really
plan.
good, 7 inches.
These are, I'm using the same plan for both, but I think you guys first, cause
Yeah.
that's, Alright. So if we could have a hearing at your next meeting, that would be great. And I'll work on trying to get a DEP number, which we'll see in a month how good they do.
So this company is Seaboard Solar Holdings, LLC. So they haven't done anything in Hubbardston prior to this.
These people have. Yes, they're the ones that did the solar farm on this side. This was the one that didn't go so well, this one went very well. These are the same group.
How long ago was that?
I don't know. Solar's only been around about 4 years, so.
So that one was before me, though, the one that you said they did.
They did this one first, or they do this one first? Somebody, which one was built first?
The one on, towards me was built first,
Yeah.
and then the one that.
So I was not involved in this in any way, so I know nothing about that. I know more than I want to know about this one.
Well, that's the one that we're not following.
So, worst job site I've ever seen.
Well, if all goes right, I'm gonna try to handle this one like we handled the country hand. So there was 0 issues.
Okay,
When the next meeting is,
November, the first Tuesday of November.
6th, I believe,
November 6th.
at 7 PM.
Just like it's been for the past.
Perfect.
Thank you, I guess we're all set.
If anyone has any questions, feel free to call, we have my numbers, if anyone, we'll do the best we can to answer.
Alright,
We thank you very much.
You might think about the question that Tony asked, you know, if you knocked off 5 panels, what would happen? Would it be horrible?
It probably would be, because every panel is, they get the set amount that it's generating, and
I think every 11 panels, if I remember correctly, is a series and generates so many watts of power, so for every group of panels.
what we've done,
we
my
knock off.
part in this is, we do the existing conditions, and then they give us, their electric engineers come up with, we need this many of these little rectangles put on this. And I say, well, we gotta try to keep as far out of the 100 foot. I mean, I did one in Charlton that we're literally 10 feet away from the actual wetland, but the wetland was on the south side, so the tree, and it was a marsh. So the trees weren't growing, so they could be that close and not have any sun obstructions. Because that's the other big thing, is a lot of times they stay away from the wetlands, not because they're staying away from the wetlands, but because they can't
Stay away
be
from
called trees. So you gotta stay away for that reason, but they use that as a, oh, we'll stay away from your wetlands. So. Alright,
All right, thank you.
Very good.
Put it in automatic pilot, cruise back to Rutland. The roadway is awesome. This is the first time I've been on a rainy day,
Down the
you
new?
know, with all the reflectors, the yellow lines.
Before they got the coat of paint, they like grind the road down a little
So it's
bit.
a da-da-da-da. Yeah, I know, I already hit it.
And I think it's also, so when they paint it, it fills the void, so that the paint doesn't get worn off as quick with the
Plows.
snow
I
plows.
wondered what that was all
Yeah.
about, because I seen it in the beginning, and I'm saying to myself now, what is this little bit? Is this what the line is gonna be?
Primer.
If you
Is
cross,
this
if you cross the yellow line, it's a da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I think just had some kind of a
Rumble.
reflective deal or what, but
Nice.
then I think
Makes
they did
sense.
It's
paint.
amazing that it's, you know, they started when and now it's done and winter's coming and it's all done.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
a lot of road days.
Stuff shouldn't happen that way.
No, no, never happens that
Never
way.
happens that way.
All right, we'll see you guys, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I guess we also need to look at the minutes and approve the minutes.
Yep, and then I have a couple of, just some housekeeping stuff.
You also have Vin Ritchie's,
Yeah, I
lot.
got that here.
You do have it
Yeah.
there, okay.
So, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes? It's written.
I make that motion?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
To approve the minutes of it.
Okay, so I have the site visit inspection here for, Vin, Rich, what's his name?
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, we looked at it once, but it was not staked, and,
I won't do
it
that.
should be staked, and I think we have to follow that policy from now on.
Yeah.
To
Rick
go,
spoke to me about that, so.
yeah,
I'm
to go
aware
on
of that.
sites without it being staked is wrong.
Yeah, you're just guessing.
Yeah,
If somebody waves their hand, sits
Fortunately.
over there, it doesn't really help.
yeah,
So he has staked the property,
so
so
I'll give you a call, we'll, I guess, make another run over what it's
we
staked
can
out.
do that, yeah.
Okay,
As long as we drink coffee.
okay. Good enough.
It's, judging from the plan, setbacks and everything, it's probably not much, won't be much different, but at least it'll be.
Yeah, but at least it'll be staked, and it'll be done right, and, you know,
And going forward, trying to make procedures so that we can follow in the future. Rick can come in, so I know that, the house needs to be, the septic.
everything needs to be staked
Everything
out.
needs to be flagged out and before you'll even come out there, so that's gonna be now part of the procedures.
Yeah,
Now, where Julian does a lot of work in town, I had talked with Julian on the phone about something else, and I also mentioned that to him, that in anything that he's proposing, houses, additions, whatever, that they be staked, and he said, I will catalog that in my memory.
And I'll make sure that it's done before I even
Done.
put it out to
Okay.
you, so
Good.
from this point forward, yes.
I mean, this, the second time it happened, the other time was on New Westminster Road, where we went and looked at it, and we had no idea what the heck was going on. There's
No,
little piles of brush, and
No, and
I
see,
can
they
guess.
tell me that it's flagged, so, like, he told me it was flagged.
Who did? Vin?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, he had a post, he had a stake here and a stake there.
Yeah.
He did not have,
so that's why I said I make sure that I tell him, like, the height, it's gotta be everything.
all the corners
Everything
of the
that they
building,
look for needs to be. they
where
need
the
to
well is gonna
right.
be, where the septic system is
those are
gonna
three
be.
things basically.
Yep,
Yes,
house,
Yeah.
well, and septic. they get a little upset.
And garage if
I-
it's
right.
not
But
part
I
of the
don't
house.
mind, being the new person and this is what the rules are now,
Yeah.
so I have no problems doing that.
Good.
And if it's not, then they will have to pay a second fee for you to go out the next time.
Oh, well.
And Vin, right, no, but that's,
Yeah.
that's just because, I told Vin that we were willing to waive the fee, the second fee. So, he went out and did that, so it should be all set. I have, 80 Bemis Road, did you guys go and do?
No.
We went to Bemis Road by the barn, is that 80? I
Mhm.
forget, we went down to the right of the barn, down.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I just need a
I was
signature on it.
thinking recent
No,
history, not ancient.
No,
And I don't believe anybody's been paid for it, so that's why I'm,
Oh, yes, we did do that,
okay,
Yeah, they're doing construction now.
yeah.
okay. So who did it?
Tony,
Tony? Okay. Set it to 80. Can you just sign that for me, Tony?
I will,
And I will put through the,
with, Tom Smith. Where would you like me to sign?
right, just anywhere down the bottom to say that you did it. Yeah, right there's good. I just need that to fall back on when I submit this and
I
say
really
that
like the pen.
I approve.
It's fine, it's scratchy.
Somebody already stole the pen that I put out there to sign. Wow. Oh, I have one, I was just gonna,
that's my pen.
okay. And now I have 142 New Westminster Road.
Okay,
Did anybody go out to that? Again, this is prior, I have here that I sent it to Tony on 7/9 and it wasn't ready. So that could be, is that maybe the other one you were talking about?
West- right next
Westminster,
to Vince.
Old Westminster.
New Westminster.
No, New Westminster, okay. Yeah, that must be the one that wasn't ready.
Okay, so I'm
That's
gonna,
the only one we went to.
so I'm gonna make sure that this one
It's
is
ready.
flagged properly and
Okay.
I'll let you know when it is.
Okay.
And then the only other thing I have is regarding one forest cutting since I did and it's for, Thompson Road and Root Road.
Who's the forester? Oh, that one over there. Joe Zorzan.
It says licensed timber harvester, not yet determined.
Yeah, so here's a forester here. $65 acres. $415,000 board fee.
And how many acres?
65.
Alright, it says all the skidder roads are in or existing.
See what he's got for wetlands. Crossings and stream crossings. in here.
Get right to the picture.
Thompson Road. Thompson Road is coming off of Williamsville, or Burnship, not Burnship, but Barry Road. It goes past,
No, you got it right. Brown Shirt down on one end, right? And then it turns into Cruise. And then Root Road off down. I got that right?
no. Route starts off of that road that, where the religious thing is, isn't that
That's
Oh.
Brown Shirt.
Burnship?
Yeah, and that's where Thompson comes off,
Yeah, okay, Burnship.
right? So Brown Shirt's down. I think this is Brown Shirt right here. Williamsville, Templeton Road.
Okay.
So I think that connects with this. Right at the dam. Where they repaired the bridge.
No.
I'm in the wrong spot. Doesn't Thompson Road, because obviously I know where Root Road comes in. And if you go left, the Silkies are right here.
Well, that's Thompson Road.
Thompson Road's just a little road, what is it, off a road or?
Right. Right.
That's Thompson where,
Root Road is.
okay, so Root Road. I'm thinking of a different road. I'm thinking of that road that's off.
You're not thinking of Cruz?
No, the little road that's just cuts across the corner of Hubbardston. That's not accessible from Hubbardston. You have to go into Peter Sam to go across on that road.
Oh, Mile Road?
Mile Road, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's-
sorry. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big piece right here.
Yeah.
Right, I'm sorry, I know.
Yeah.
I'm screwed up.
Because I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's not that. I think there's another piece that they continually log that's a little further up.
Yeah, well, they logged right here, down in here quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I think it might be the same owner, but I'm not sure about that one. The guy has quite a bit of land in here. And then Ron Hopper lives down here,
Yeah.
right here. He had his log too.
Ruff Thompson, right?
Yeah, off Thompson, sorry. Anyway, so,
A lot of tree cutting going on in that neighborhood.
yeah. Water crossing one, water crossing two.
It's the time of year leaves be coming off the trees pretty soon.
Yeah. Usually September's a dry month, but this year it's been so
They're very wet.
So the landing's gonna be down here apparently.
Let's see what
It's landing up here on Root
Yeah.
Road, so.
Yeah, 2 landings.
So they're not crossing this apparently. They're accessing this way and they're accessing this way. Unless they are talking about crossing, but they're not crossing here.
Yeah, I don't see any marks for crossing, do you?
No.
I think that's a pretty good river right there.
So in the past, we've kind of deferred to the forester, to the state forester, because they are like not nonchalant about stream crossings and water.
Prior to this week, we
Yeah.
have.
I don't know this particular, I don't know this forester.
For any reason, do you think that you want to inspect this, or do you feel that you'll?
No, I think between the forester, lives in constant fear of the state forester,
Okay.
that they will
Do their job?
do their job.
Okay.
And we couldn't really do much as far as, we couldn't hold his license, the state couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, right from the timber harvester down to the forester, the landowner actually ends up with a responsibility, but there's several layers of people that are responsible for their actions.
And we've had no problems in the past with cuttings. The only thing that I've seen is roads getting
Yeah.
kind of torn up.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and that's
no
obviously.
bonds have ever been paid in advance if they did destroy the roads, like Heel Hill Road got pretty well beat up when
Oh, yeah.
Benny Me got logged over there. We
Yeah,
should have been proactive probably there, and we weren't.
Well,
I know Travis is now.
yeah, we had we did some logging, had a $300 bond that to do a temporary driveway. And then they inspected when they're done, and they said it was fine, so they put stone in.
This is where you log?
Yeah. And, matter of fact, we used the road as to load trucks, cause
But I
it's
mean-
very convenient, but.
$300 is
No.
really chump change when you think of what it costs to do a
No, it's-
road.
Couple of shovel loads of coal
Yeah,
patch.
and I think of what Benny Meager did, or not Benny, but what the logging company did over there. They did probably $100,000 worth of damage to Yieldville Road.
Whoa,
Well, it doesn't take much when you talk about roads. I mean, you gotta start tearing up the asphalt and, you know, whatever.
yeah,
There was a lot, yeah, I can't put a dollar figure on it.
No.
There was a lot of damage done and a lot of complaints on the street after.
what era was that at, by the way?
When?
Yeah,
4 years ago, 5 years ago. Time goes by quickly.
Yeah.
Prior to the new bridge, all of that.
Yeah, I remember Lynn Gotti
But we've got a new road
Yeah.
now, so nobody cares.
had trouble with, and I think they were logging actually on state land. And they had just paved that, I forget which road it was, they had just paved it. And they went on with those chains with the big spikes. And they left some pretty good marks.
oh, yeah, yeah. Even on our road, we had the guy with the drop trailer.
But it went nowhere because it was the state doing it.
And, and the law, and the truckers, they don't really care because they don't wanna put the truck over here because now they can't get the truck hooked back up again. So they leave, they come in, they drop everything, they take the excavator, dance it off the road, not gonna hurt anything, and then they're gone like the wind. So,
But I mean, that's the only thing I think we have to consider in the future on this, okay? The loggers are gonna do the right thing as far as cutting and all of that. But we have to think about the road that they're gonna go out on. So,
Well,
I don't know what that looks like, but
so who worries about that? I mean,
it should
Not a what?
be, it should be Travis now. If one of these, I don't know how these get trickulated or trickled down. You know, if Travis gets a copy of what's proposed.
there should be a pond and a temporary driveway.
yeah.
If they're
it should
gonna
be.
use a landing,
Yeah.
and then this whole set of rules for stone in there
We
to
could
support
find
the
out.
road,
Yeah, I'll
etc.
make sure I ask him if he gets them. If
They
not,
can't be
then we'll
busting up on
just
top of the
process
pavement, they gotta be
changes.
coming down on the pavement and such things as that.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely a temporary road, we know that, but it's once they get out onto the asphalt, the temporary road keeps them from carrying the silt out
Yeah.
onto the road and so on and so forth. I can remember one time they were doing some logging over on South Street in Westminster, and I come along with my van, and probably exceeding the speed limit by a little bit. All of a sudden, I do a 360 right in the road, just hit the wet loom, and I just spun right around. I didn't know what it hit me. So, yeah. So it is a serious thing.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I say is we should be sure that
Okay, so I'll make
something
sure
is
if
done
he gets
about a
them.
bond
If
and.
he doesn't, then I'll make sure that he sees them prior to me bringing them here.
Okay.
Now, is there any other thing that I should be doing with these prior to bringing them to the meeting? I mean, do you need anything researched or anything done before you look at these, or is just bringing them and then you tell me?
You guys are the expert on the logging, not me. So.
I just wanna make sure you have everything that you
I don't
need,
know,
so, like-
see, there's a whole, I don't think so, because
Okay.
they have to do this first cutting plan, it has to be approved by the state forester, and they go walk the site.
Yeah.
They
I think that's
locate
more
every stream crossing,
Informational
courtesy
for
for
us?
us.
they
Okay,
locate
So,
every
if-
vernal
we're gonna
pool.
make sure
If you
Travis
drive by and
gets
say,
it.
hey, what are these guys doing out in the woods?
and I can say, well,
Then
we
you can
have
say,
a
oh, that's right, we got the log.
plan.
Yeah. That's about right.
I think that's,
That's all it is, that's the only reason we see it.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we just have these order of conditions for Peter. Do we have anything that's, cause I've got it all written up and ready to go.
Well, Peter.
Peter
Weissman.
Weissman on
Solar array.
35
That was,
Hillsville.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Now we got the silt, the wattles and outside of that, I don't think there's any more than that.
So
It's-
is as presented, okay?
Yeah, it's not that big a project.
No.
It sounds like there's minimal impact.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I'm gonna have you guys sign it and then I can get this right on out.
This is gonna work in my favor now that you don't like my pen.
oh, yeah, I know,
You're taking it
I don't even wanna sign anything now with
Here
that.
you go, Tony, mine works great.
Yeah, thank you so much. Nice broad pen, heavy line, scratchy. Yeah.
He wants to sign with authority.
Give him a Sharpie.
Nice ballot.
Beautiful pen, yummy.
That's all I have.
Okay.
All right, anything else from the board?
The only thing I will bring up again, I think, is that we are in need to find a new member.
Yeah, last time we thought about it collectively, we didn't have any brainstorms, but we should be thinking of it.
Have you had any brainstorms, or have you had any brainstorms? The one person that I asked said, Tony, I'm 31 years old, 2 kids, I'm building a house.
Wanna run an ad?
Yeah,
It's an option, eh?
Why not?
That's the way normally we fill a vacancy, right?
I'm almost scared of that.
I know.
I can ask my daughter.
Could we give it one more meeting before we let,
We could
let's,
start like lower, like key, like maybe put it on our town website, under the conservation, saying that we're, you know,
Interested in
interested in new members.
people that are interested in
We'll put up
wetlands
something
protection.
else, have you guys take a look at it, and then we'll put it in, and we can also have something, a blurb put on Facebook. Maybe the same one that we put on the website if we work something up.
okay.
So you wanna wait for a month and pull a plug after that?
Yeah, why don't we give it a month before we do it?
We'll talk about this in the next
Yeah.
meeting for, and then we'll make a move.
And then if none of us have a
And we'll work
worthwhile.
with this, so I'll get something written up, and I'll bring it to the next meeting,
Sure.
and then if we don't have anything, you can approve the write-up, and
That
we'll.
sounds great.
I like that.
Okay.
All right, and hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?